Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is she teared up like she mastered some kind of offense. The scripture comes from Job 23 and 10. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I will come forth as gold. My feet have closely followed his steps. I have kept to his way without turning aside. I have not departed from the commands of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my daily bread. But he stands alone, and who can oppose him? He does whatever he pleases. He carries out his decree against me, and many such plans he still has in stone. That is why I am terrified before him. When I think of this, I fear him. God has made my heart faint. The Almighty has terrified me. Yet I am not silenced by the darkness, by the thick darkness that covers my face. So here's the message. This is a message for somebody, okay? You are basically, I feel like you are coming out of this. Like you are coming out of your Job season, or maybe you are still in it and you coming out of it, you coming out of it. And this is someone that is like their way of attacking you. Baby, the last message I had on problem. Now this one, the attack on my voice again. Their way of attacking you is acting as if you are doing them some kind of harm because you are telling the truth. They act as if you are doing them some kind of harm because you are telling the truth. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They feel as though you are attacking them because you are following what God has showed you. You are doing what God said. He knows the way that I take. When he testing me, I will come forth as gold. Whoever you are, when you were in your testing season, you passed every test. You not in your testing season no more. And there is somebody that is trying to test you. They trying to come against you. And when they are not able to, it's like that when they are not able to give you a test, it's like this person is frustrated because every time they try to test you, they end up getting a pat on the hand by God because you're not in your testing season no more. And they don't have the authority to test you. But he stands alone, and who can oppose him? He does whatever he pleases. God says you are no longer in the testing season. Your test has finished and you passed. And nobody can stand and before God and tell him that he needs to test you again. He don't need to test you again. He know what he needs to do and how he needs to do it. He don't need no kind of confidant. He doesn't need somebody to come to him and whisper in his ear this, that, and it wasn't a conference call. He wasn't taking up suggestions on what he should do. He is going to do what he please. And what he said is in this moment, he is pleasing to bless you. And it's not a test. This is not a situation where you are obligated to, like, for some of you, somebody wants you to give your blessings to them. No. Those are your blessings. Confirmation. Those are your blessings. Those are yours. It's for you. Why should you give your blessings away to somebody else? And regardless to what season this person is in, that don't have nothing to do with you. That don't have nothing to do with you. You not. It's not a situation where, regardless if this person, maybe they like this other person more than they like you. That don't have nothing to do with you. That's their business. That's their business, and that's their choice. That's their portion, or whatever. But as for you, you are not going to be put in a position to where you are to act like, I just feel like you shouldn't be in a position to where you just gotta bend your knees and bend at this person with and do whatever. No, your testing season is over. You will follow the path that God has for you. and you will do as God instructs you to do. You don't need to worry about what nobody else think about it. This is someone you are terrified before God because you know what God will do. You know the kind of hand that God has. And even though you had no idea why you had to be in that position of being tested, you had no idea why you were being tested, but you were being tested. You passed your test. That season is over. And this is very reminiscent of the message of someone trying to pull you back into a season of war. You already fought in your battle. The war is done. You won the battle. You won the war. God, with God's hand, God pulled you up out of it. No more war for you. No more battles for you. Done. And somebody, they want to pull you back and they want to say you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. They don't have no authority to tell you what is and is not wrong, because you doing exactly what God said. And while you are doing exactly what God said, that's what it is. And there isn't anymore. And that's the message. Like, that's literally, like, God said no. No, 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 no. God said your testing season is done. Your testing season is finished. Like, I just feel like somebody that want to pull your card, they can pull the card as many times as they want to. It's still going to say what God put on it. They don't have a pen with the kind of ink that they would need to try to put a marking on your card, because your card was given to you by God, and God is the only one that will put any kind of grades on there. And this is somebody that has came to God crying, bawling out in tears about how dare he bless you the way that he is blessing you, and it's not fair, and a blessing should go to this one, that one, and this one, and that one. And they are so concerned about all these people, but they have no love in their heart towards you. That is a them problem. God said he is going to deal with them because of that. It's one thing to feel as though you hate somebody, but it's a whole different thing to feel like you hate them so much that you think God should hate them too. This is somebody that has come to God, telling God that they hate you. And because they hate you, God should hate you. God does not hate you. In God's eyes, he has tested you. He has tried you. He has put you through this war, and he has put you through all of these different tests and trials, and you passed all of them. So he's not trying to hear what they talking about. They little tests are faulty. In reality, they are biased, because they set it up to where you will lose no matter what. Ain't no winning for you in this person's eyes, because they hate you that much. They despise you. They can't stand you, regardless as to why. This could just be a narcissistic person, and they want everything to be about them. And because you won't bend at their will, and you won't grovel at their feet, they feel as though you should be always on the losing side of things. God said, no. Your testing moment, that's done. The testing season is finished. You passed your test. Every test that this person picks up trying to test you, they are the one that is going to fall. They like, and once again, this is a situation where someone is trying to test you. And when they test you, they put it to where no matter what you do, you lose. But God said, you are not losing in his eyes, because he is the judge, not them. He is the teacher, not them. He is the only one that is going to be grading you. And your testing season is over. They can go ahead and hang that hat up and let it go, because God said ain't no testing for you. The only judge is God. And he is judging them while they think they looking down upon you, judging you, and they gonna do this and they gonna do that. God said he is judging them, and he got something for them. Whoo, that's the message. This is somebody, my feet have closely followed his steps. I have kept to his way without turning aside. You follow God. You are obedient to what God said. You are obedient to what God said to do. You are obedient to such an extent. God said, he not hearing what they talking about. Because when he look at you, no matter what time, when he look at you, he see you doing what he said. He see you following his commandments. And he knows the difference between somebody who cries because they are in distress and they are hurt and they are going through this, they going through that, they going through this and the third, and somebody that is crying out of nonsense. And this is somebody that is coming up with these fake tears. They crying to God, talking about they can't stand this and they can't believe this and they don't understand this and they don't understand. They may very well have passion for these other people, but the only reason that God is not respecting what they crying about is because they are trying to say that you should be pulled down so these other people can be pulled up. God said no. He is not going to pull you down to pull somebody else up. If they feel as though you need to be pulled down in order for these other people to be pulled up, there's a problem. They shouldn't be in competition with you, no way. They should be doing their own thing. But because they insist on trying to compete with you, that is why they keep falling short. You cannot beat somebody at being themselves. You can't. You can't. At any given second, you decide that you don't even want to be that way no more. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. And now the person that was trying to compete with you at being yourself, they look silly because what they thought was you and your ways are not you or your ways anymore. And now guess what? They look silly. God said this is a situation where they keep trying to test you and they keep trying to put you in situations where it's a lose-lose situation. But God said every time he pulls you out and they don't understand it. It's frustrating them, it's pissing them off, it's making them upset. But God said he's not concerned with their feelings and their emotions because it's nonsense. They shouldn't be so worried about what he's doing in your life. And like in reality, this is all coming from a place of hate. God is not respecting it. It's not a situation where somebody is just genuinely concerned about another person. They are not. They are more so concerned with the fact that God is blessing you and they feel like they should be the one receiving the blessings, not you. God said he's going to keep blessing you. And he is going to keep blessing you. And he is going to keep blessing you because you are in your receiving season. You are in your receiving season. You are not in a season of war. You are not in a season of testing. You are not there. And when it's time for you to be tested, God will be the judge. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.